Hello guys, it's Virginia here, and today I'm going to be doing a review of the T34, which I really enjoy playing this tank, and I wanted to do a review of all the tier 8 premiums, because I had trouble when I was buying them. I went through, or buying it, before I bought this, I went through, not hundreds, but I was on the forums for quite a while just researching this tank, and I decided to get this from recommendations from people in my clan. But also, okay, so if you want to, I'm going to go into the review now. If you want to skip straight to the gameplay, there'll be an annotation in the top left corner. Right, so we'll quickly get a crew, just so you can, so it doesn't say, so there you go, we've got the crew in it. Right, okay, so we start off, it's got 1,500 hit points, which is around about average for a tier 8. As you can see, the IS3 has 1,500. And if we go into the T32, which is its main sort of competitor, because they're actually the same tank, there's a bit less hit points, but the Germans usually, as always, have the most hit points, being on... Actually, the Germans don't actually have that much more hit points. I apologise. So yeah, other than the... So we've got the Tiger 2 with the same, yeah, so it's around about average hit points for a thing. But the only downside is the armor is not great, so don't expect to do any bouncing. You can get, I've bounced a couple of times, I found side scraping in this tank works quite well, but what you really want to do is get held down because of the amazing turret armor, which I'll go into in a sec. So we're starting off, it's 65 tons, and the weight limit is 7185, which is fair enough. I haven't got everything mounted on there, but you can mount everything. It's got an 810 horsepower engine, so with the weight, it's not exactly the quickest of tanks. With a only got a speed limit of 35 km/h or kilometers an hour. With it's a decent traverse. It's not the worst traverse speed. It does get quite annoying when you get encircled by tanks in this thing, and it's got quite a slow traverse. Okay, so now we're going to go into hull armor. Like I said, lower tier tanks tend to bounce off this upper glacis here. Just because it's fairly decently angled, but most tier 8s will be able to pen that. Even the lower glacis is still fairly weak as well. But other than that, the armor isn't. I've seen worse, but we only have 102 mil on the front, which is this upper glacis. I think I'm not sure the thickness of the lower glacis, which is probably less. We've got 76 on the side, and we have 51 on the rear, and you expect the rear armor tanks to be garbage anyway. So, and this is where the strong point in this tank is the gun and also the turret, with 279mm thick of armor, and as well with that huge gun mantlet taking up most of the front of the turret, you tend to bounce a lot of shots. Because the way to play this tank is to get held down, so all they can shoot at is your turret, and all they'll be doing all game is just shooting at the turret and bouncing and bouncing and bouncing. But the only thing I've known to really be able to pen me at lower tier is an IS2 with premium shells, because he has 300mm penetration. But still, it's even iffy with that. Okay, so if you look 279, say we go to the IS3, the gun's only got 225mm penetration. Even with gold, that's still struggle penning it. But tier 9s and 10s, a bit iffy, they can sometimes pen you, but most of the time I seem to get shot in that commander's hatch, which it's very rarely that it does damage, but some tanks can snipe it and actually damage you. I've had a couple of, all they'll be able to see is my turret, and I've even got hit like there, that sort of spadey kind of bit there, they can penetrate that. Also, sometimes even in the top of the turret, if you look how angled that is, I've been penned there quite a lot. But mostly there. That's the main weak spots. You got that there, and you got that little machine gun turret at the front. Which, if you're going head, what I tend to do sometimes if I get in a really close combat battle, I will wiggle and basically face hug them, because then they end up shooting into maybe underneath the turret or at the turret, and they don't really end up. You can sort of force people into shooting your turret, but if you go face to face, aim for that machine gun port if you're close range. If you can't hit that top bit. Okay, so we're gonna go look at these amazing gun on this tank, which is the T34A1, which is 122mm, 4 rounds a minute. So the rate of fire isn't very good, but that's why when I have different playstyles with this tank. I kind of, sometimes I'll sit back and camp and it can do really well in those situations, but sometimes it can even brawl quite well. If you side scrape a lot and if you've got facing one tank on your own, you can dominate it pretty much. I find it fairly easy to dominate tanks in this, even in close quarters. When it starts fighting two or three tanks, it's better to pull off and use that really good pen. And the gun is fairly accurate, but I do seem to find that some shells ghost and just go wherever they want. But 248 mil of penetration with without premium rounds. So there's no need really for premium rounds in this. I don't carry any, but that's because I'm making farming credits. Even the IS3 with the BL9 that has amazing pen, we'll compare that. It's got a better rate of fire and it's got less penetration. And for a premium tank, you usually find that the guns aren't very good. But compared to like, even if you look at the tank that this descended from, which is the T30. Where is the T30? There we go. The second tier 10 gun you unlock on the T30. Compare stats. We'll go back to the T34. And there is virtually no difference. The only difference being that it fires faster, same penetration, all over the board, same damage, and this is a bit more accurate, but has a slightly longer aiming time. That's the only thing you pay for, is you get better accuracy but longer aiming time. So it's virtually still the T30, just with an unupgraded T30 with the top, or second from top gun. But the most competitor to this, I would have to say, would have to be, where is it? The low, I would think, because it's got the gun. The Low's gun is really good. It's got a tier 9 gun as well. Only 105, but has similar pen and very good damage, aiming time. But if you look at the T32, which is kind of what you would be grinding instead of playing this, which is the other tier 8, which usually the tier 8 tanks are worse than their actual, like the tree one, the one that's on the tech tree, which is the T32. So we'll just compare, which the T32 has, go back, and T34, there we go, vehicle details. It has less hit points, it's obviously lighter, doesn't have as powerful engine, but the top speed, I seem to think, I haven't played this tank yet, but from what I've gathered from the test of it, is a bit quicker. But slightly more hull armor. You can kind of rely on your hull armor in this tank, whereas in the T34 you can't, or maybe lower tiers you don't have to worry, but it doesn't have a strong turret, so getting held down in this isn't as good as in the T34, but it has that huge gun mantlet you can see there. It has a worse gun and it doesn't have the best penetration, but it's got really good rate of fire, 0.89 rounds a minute. It's got a better turret traverse speed, and obviously doesn't really matter, but it's got 20 more view range and less signal range. But that's probably without the upgraded radio, because I haven't unlocked it yet. So all in all, I think this tank is a beast, and I can happily say I've got a very good sort of grasp of playing it, seeing as I've played 141 games in it. The stats in this tank have been quite good for me. I have had some really bad games, but I don't really seem to notice it, and it's really good at farming credits, which you'll see also in the game that I've got ready for it. The damage of this gun is, with an average damage of 400, the top damage roll you can get in this is 500, and it's just amazing when you shoot tanks and they expect you to do like no damage, and you shoot them and you do take 500 of their health off. But I suppose it's like what driving the ISU is, when you shoot them and they just die. But okay, so I hope you got a good enough review of this tank. It's kind of quite hard for me because this is my first review of any tank on World of Tanks, and I'm obviously gonna improve. I'm going to be a bit sort of iffy at the moment because it's my first review, but I do want to get around to doing all the premium tanks, but at the moment it is an issue of money. I don't have much at the moment. I do get a bit from YouTube, but not enough to buy premium tanks. So I hope you guys enjoyed. We're just going to get into the game now. So we are in the T34 now on port with Andy and Sean, and we are in. And Sean is in his IS3, and me and Andy are both in T34s, and we are going to rock this match. We're in a tier 8 matchup, and me and Sean are sort of joking on TeamSpeak here, and he ended up ramming me, but it's okay. I was going to shoot him, but he lives to fight another day. So I decided to go up to the right of this map, and as you can see, we have a VK3601, a Cromwell that is, I'm not sure he's even suicide scouting. I don't get why people go up on the bridge, but they have a very aggressive T71, comes on the corner, Sean misses him, I miss him, which isn't not the best shooting, which he should have been dead, but he was one of the luckiest mofos ever. So, but we have a caravan in our base, so I decide to leave it because I'm quite slow. And as you can see, they have a caravan, or Carnarvon, being very aggressive here, which I don't know what he was thinking, coming straight across the... he didn't come across the bridge, but I'm going to show you, like what I said earlier about the side scraping in this tank. This is a perfect example. The Carnarvon comes in, gets a shot on me. We bounce. Right, so I decide to become a bit aggressive. And then I pull back to use this building. You can see here. Oh, you can see here. That's my side scraping. Right, we take another hit, but we get a 385 damage roll, which is fairly low. But, okay, here we go. So he's been aggressive. Now we're just going to give him our side at a high angle. See, this is what I tend to do. Because of the hull armor in this tank, you can't really brawl in it. So I end up just doing this, and he hit and did no damage. Also, I'm moving backwards and forwards, so he has less chance of shooting me in somewhere important. So he tracks me, and we finish him off. So it's 900 damage done to that caravan. Right, as you can see there, the Ferdinand is getting very aggressive. And in a sec, you're about to see the amazing potential damage of this gun with what I like to call the bingo roll. And Sean and Andy I don't know what they were doing. Right, this Ferdinand giving us his side, or now front. There we go. The bingo roll of 500. He gets finished off with a T34 too. And as you see, there's an IS3 wants a piece of the T34. So we give him a piece of the amazing gun on it. Another 500 damage roll. World of Tanks was liking me that night. 2 500 damage rolls. The bingo roll. So now I'm just moving backwards and forwards and only really showing him my side. But he still manages to damage me. And he gets a hit on him. And I finish him off. So we've already done 2,200 damage. And quite a few of their tanks are already dead. So now, me and Andy moved to go and... Or me and Sean moved to go and get that Tiger 2. Or Tiger. And I get a ricochet on him. He begins to back off, but we have Andy and his T34 and a VK closing in on him. So he's not going to be alive for much longer. So I decide just to go and deal with the tanks above him, I think. This game was a while ago. It was in the last patch actually. So you can see he is trapped. And I don't know why he wasn't looking at me here, or Sean. But I get a 300 roll, which is very low for this tank. Sean gets a nice hit on him, and then Andy finishes him off. So I'm currently at 2 kills, Andy's at 1, and Sean is on the 0. So the only thing that's been spotted in front of us is the SU5 and the Hummel. Also there's the Valentine and the A20, which I don't know why they would do to this game. And this is the point where I noticed that the left flank is probably going to crumble with the amount of tanks there, so I move in to help out. As you see, what is that? That's the T29 burning. I don't know why you wouldn't have a fire extinguisher. There we go, we have the T44 in sight. And we are going to, boom, 348. See, after 2 500 rolls, the damage, the World of Tanks gods were like, do we really want to give him any more damage? Like, nah. There's a nice side shot on the low here that I miss. And then I can't get shots through the gap. So I advance. The T34 is going back, and I was going to go back and help Sean and Andy, but I thought they'd be able to do it. They put a handle themselves. So there we go. Now we have a proper shot on the low. 404. This is one of the perfect situations for this tank. It's a decent brawler, but not the best because of the hull armor. But a lot, you get this thing long range, and you can literally do a lot of damage. Yeah, 412, and he gets finished by the super passion. So because of us, I think we would have lost that side if I hadn't have gone and helped. We're at 3.7k damage already. They have 5 tanks left, and we are looking like we're going to win. All we need to get is maybe 4 kills, and we can have crucial contribution. I need to get 1. Sean's got 3, so all it is me and Andy. And I miss him when I needed to get the kill for crucial contribution. There we go. Andy at this point can't get it, so I finish off. Oh, I thought I finished off the VK, but he is taking shots at me and then pulling back, so I cannot hit him. And you can see there the aiming time of the gun. If I may have been able to take a shot there, but it would have definitely missed and it wouldn't have been worth it. But here we go. He's aiming at us. We didn't wait for the aiming time, but the RNG of this game was nice to us, and let's have a kill. So Andy needs 2 kills now to get crucial contribution, but alas, we can't do it. So I go off to help with this low, because he was owning the super pushing. And we're going in. Hummel spotted. Low got the luckiest hit of his life, and he managed to finish off the super pushing. I'm not worried about him one hitting me. Actually, I should have been, now looking at my health. But I was going to reload before him, and boom. Also, we had the Hummel coming to dirt me. And this is what I shouldn't have done. I shouldn't have rammed him on this low health. We get finished off by the Hummel after 4 kills. 4.2k damage. It's been a good game. And that's kind of playing to the strengths and the weaknesses of this tank. At the start, you saw me brawling with that Carnarvon. You just showing him my side scraping on that building, which this tank does really well. And also you saw the long range ability of the gun and damage with the bingo rolls on the RS3 and Ferdinand. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did find this review helpful with this tank, I am going to be doing more reviews of the premium tanks. I will hopefully, if Wargaming let me, I might be able to get my super Pershing back, because I sold it accidentally to my T20 when I was pretty annoyed with the game. But yeah, but hopefully I get that back, and I'll do a review of that when I get it. And then the one I do really want to try is the FCM50T, which is the French tier 8, which looks awesome, but I haven't got any money at the moment, so I can't buy it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to be putting more videos out like this. Please tell me what you think, if I should, or if you've got any other tanks for me to review, and if I have them in my garage, I'll do it. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.